introducing him. Makes him please introduce him, sir.
He is the head coach at Central Gwinnett High School. Coach Todd Wofford in the building. What's up, Coach?
Hey, how's it going, bro?
What's happening?
Thank you for having me.
Oh, man, without a doubt, Coach.
Hey, Coach. So,
Yeah.
let me just ask you this, Coach. You know, we hear about your region, Gwinnett County, Gwinnett. How is it coaching up in that area?
It's everything that everybody says it is. It's the SEC. That's one of the things that actually brought me to Gwinnett. I was up at offensive coordinator at Gainesville for 5 years. At times it got where it was, fairly easy. Until you got deep into the playoffs up there, and I just heard about the challenge of Gwinnett.
Well, Coach, you're an offensive guy. Let's go on and get into it. The spread. Everybody talks about the spread. Sometimes I be wanting to tell people a lot of times, y'all really don't know what the spread is. Because they see one little handout. Oh, that's spread. Coach, explain to everybody what the spread is, Coach.
Well, I mean, it's actually kind of developed over the years. Because, I mean, if you actually, everybody's in love with it today.
Right.
But if you go back, what was Drew Brees running? Who was that Purdue?
Without a doubt.
If that was any fall this week, this year, they're calling it the spread.
Right.
Because he threw it 50 times a game. So, it's all about really these days just trying to find matchups.
Mm-hmm.
That's the bottom line, and whatever your pace is. But I mean, with me, even if you look at the college, it's about your personnel and matchups.
Right. Right.
Well, Coach, that's where I'm going. As a defensive guy, how do you see in your personnel? Do you try to adapt the offense to what you have, or you still try to put the offense that you put in place and try to make the talent fit in it? How do you work that?
Well, I personally think a lot of people mess up by trying to say we're going to run this system.
It's my system.
Regardless of what you got. I mean, high school wise, college-wise, you can do that.
Right.
But, high school-wise, you got to adapt to what you have. And you can have a quote-unquote spread system. But, if you got 3 or 4 good running backs, you can still run, spread them out. But
right.
You're going to be running it.
Right.
Because, Auburn spread is different than Texas A&M spread.
Right.
Different than Texas Tech spread.
Right.
Which is different than Washington State spread. Which is different than Ohio State spread. But, if everybody, you talk to NFL scouts or anybody else, they're all saying they all run spread.
Run spread.
What does Tom Brady run?
Spread.
Run the spread.
Everybody running the spread.
That's what we run.
And what's crazy, Coach, I'm always conditioning them when we talk about the matchup. I'm like, nobody runs high. Everybody should run high, low, and they, you should be doing this and that. But what you just said about being able to adapt to your talent. You blessed to have a quarterback who's on his way to Miami.
He's already there.
Oh, he enrolled early.
Yeah, right after the Army game.
So now you're kind of having to go back to the drawing board with a new guy. Mm-hmm. Just talk about that philosophy and how that affects your coaching going into next season.
The biggest thing is, is how much time I'll have with a quarterback. Jaren's much better year 2 than he was year 1.
Right.
When I first got to, actually take it back to Gainesville when I had Blake Sims. Blake Sims year 2 was way better than he was year 1.
Always.
It's just the longer you are around, and I think that could probably be if you were running the wishbone.
Mm-hmm.
But with me, I want to get to a point where the quarterback is, kind of seeing what I see.
Right.
For the matchups that I'm looking for.
Right.
And, has that same mentality of, attacking, knows how to watch film, like I'm watching film, breaking down an opponent and find that weak link. And, once they get comfortable, because, with my particular version of, of the offense, of the spread, it's controlled of, 90% with the quarterback and what he's seeing. And the longer I have you, the more chance you get to, actually run it yourself.
Right.
Because, you don't want to, especially if the kid has the talent to, turn it loose, that you don't want to handcuff him. It's just like, I think folks used to say, well, how do you coach Barry Sanders? You don't.
Yeah.
you teach him how to do it.
Just give him the ball.
You don't see what he sees.
Right.
So you want to teach him up on what to look for, and then once you know he can, take the training wheels off, let him go.
Let me talk about that, Coach. One thing about Gwinnett, one thing about Cobb is being able to see talent early. call it the feeder program. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I'll go.
When do you start looking or engaging kids these days? Because I know we kind of, when I used to coach up at the Kell, our middle school program was part of going up into that high school. When do you start trying to get and start looking and saying, I think that little 7th grader might be good when you get up here?
Well, it's different. It's different in Gwinnett because we don't have a middle school football program like other counties do. We have the Gwinnett Football League.
Okay.
Which is good and bad, because you don't necessarily have that old school Valdosta. I know that my quarterback's
Right.
Because there's so many close schools in Gwinnett, that kid could be zoned for a different cluster or whatnot.
That makes sense.
But you still go down and identify with your base that is coming to you, and you have camps, clinics, and everything to try to make sure they install a version of what you do, watered down if you will, and you go at it. But just like everything else to me, you have to adapt. This past
So
Saturday,
you see the coach running the wishbone, you're like, hey, can we talk for a minute?
That's always an issue, right? You go down there, you're like, we have this clinic, we have a clinic and whatnot. You go down, wait a minute, we didn't talk about this one time. But this past weekend we did something that it's actually a guy, a coaching friend of mine that he's kind of like a guy that was under me. I played football at Presbyterian College, and one of my alumni, coaching mates, whatnot, OC Douglas, Travis Smith, and they did something. Travis,
yeah,
and they did something over there, and I kind of stole it from him because we had like a rising 9th grade, rising 8th grade official high school visit day, and we laid it out. I had my academic coach talk academics with the parents, and we talked about strength and conditioning, for the rising 9th graders and the 8th grade team, and we finished it off. We did the weight room, had all the jerseys and uniforms out, had them put their
dress up a little bit,
like it was a college
like
visit, football,
right?
And we got a championship belt. They were taking all the pictures and all that stuff. And it was really good. It was something you always try to adapt, and stay ahead and stay fresh.
With the times, without a doubt. Can
you imagine that?
Them kids are going crazy.
Can you imagine an 8th grade mate still going around schools trying on jerseys?
What a tape! I need to see how my spat gonna look. I'm that guy.
See that?
I was that guy.
8th grader.
I was spatting in the 5th grade. I'm that guy.
We got more coach when we come back, man. Stay with us.
Indoor baseball, anyone?
Most party fouls are pretty dumb, but if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Learn more at ultimatepartyfoul.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
No word in English language is less convincing than probably.
Are you sure we should get matching tattoos on our first date?
Sure. We'll probably stay together.
Probably? It's been 23 minutes since I ate. I can probably swim.
You should wait 30 minutes.
Okay, now tell me what to do. Cannonball! Cramp! Oh, I have a cramp. I can probably hit the green from here. Probably. Can I get a mulligan? Ready to go?
Hey, are you sure you're okay to drive?
Yeah, I'm pretty sober. Yeah, I'm probably okay. Probably okay isn't okay, especially when it comes to drinking and driving. If you're drinking, call a cab, a car, or a friend. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. A message brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
The Women of Power Summit, brought to you by Black Enterprise, highlighting the best in Black excellence for over 4 decades. This year's summit will be held in Florida, and we're inviting all of our listeners to come and enjoy the magic. March 7th through the 10th, 4 days in sunny Orlando with over 1,000 energized, influential women, intentional in growth and substance over competition. Undivided is how we'll stand with the Women of Power. It's the summit you can't afford to miss. From the Macy's shopping party to the ultimate girls' night turn-up or the 13th annual Legacy Awards with previous recipients like Alfred Woodard, Vanessa Williams, Felicia Rashad, Ruby D to this year's Donna Brazil, Jim Kennedy Overton, Carmen D. Lavalade, and Edith Cooper. It's power on your own terms. Jerry G from Sensation Station's Destiny Talk will be your guide for your ultimate summit experience. Stop right now. Go to ssnatl.com to start your powerful journey. Click the links for more info or go to blackenterprise.com/WPS.
Women are power. Hi, I'm Viola Davis. Did you know that 1 in 5 kids in America struggle with hunger? Growing up, I was one of those kids. But we can solve this. When we make breakfast happen for kids in our neighborhood, we have the power to end childhood hunger, create bigger, brighter school days, and healthier minds and bodies. Go to hungeris.org and lend your time or your voice.
We're hungry for more.
A message from the Albertsons Companies Foundation and the Entertainment Industry Foundation.
Hey, we're back, man. We the Oregon Software Question Interview. Coach Todd Wofford. Am I saying your name right, Coach?
Wofford, yeah.
Yes.
Like the college of the spot.
That's what I thought. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Hey, Josh, I ended it, man. What you got for us?
Yeah, so Coach, back to talking offense, because that's what we do around here. The development of young quarterbacks. To me, I've always said that we have to somehow find a way to get the rec coaches to start like going to clinics or start working with the high school coaches so we can develop, because this is the most crucial position that is played in high school football.
I agree, but at the same time, you got to make sure that the high school coach knows his number.
Right. Well, true.
And I mean, I'm just being real with you. What we have to do as the high school coaches, we got to go do the same thing we ask them to do. You got to go clinic.
Right.
And whatever your position is, quarterbacks, anything else, I would go to over the years, I would go sit down with a Mark Rick, go sit down with a Dan Mullen, whoever I felt like were the top quarterback producers,
right?
And just pick their brain.
Mm-hmm.
And then you take that down, to the high school level. And like you said, the youth coaches should come up to us and do the same thing.
Right.
That way, they're getting advice and guidance from what we consider the quote unquote expert.
And Coach, talking about talent, which you mentioned before, when you have a Jaron Williams at your quarterback, and I want to say his name, Kamari Thompson, at receiver, you got two guys, two D1 prospects. You had that on your offense. How do you sometimes sit back and be like, you better swing the thing today, Coach?
Yeah, you can. But Kamari is he's a different story too, because he hadn't played football since he was like 6th grade. He was he's a track star, and he came out like, you run track, you're gonna play football here. I mean, because he's 6'2", 195, 200 pounds, and one of the fastest guys in the country. So I had to teach him. We taught him as fast as we could, and that kid kept getting better every week, and now he's going to the SEC. To a team that slings it more than we ever did.
Missouri does.
They throw that thing all over the
48
yard.
times a game.
Right. That's a spree.
That's a real spree.
And he's playing with a quarterback who averages about 19 yards per completion.
Yeah.
He's throwing the ball downfield.
They want to get track guys that can run. I mean, that's what the coach said. They look for guys like him.
When I saw Missouri, I was like,
and it's funny you say you're talking about track, because I just don't think skilled guys truly understand the importance of running track.
We all did it.
I mean, it can only help your stop recruiting wise.
Well, I mean, I don't want to step on nobody's toe.
So we do that over here from time to time.
Go ahead. But you got a lot of trainers that advise kids these days not to run track. Which, to me, if nothing else, you compete. And all the coaches that I've ever talked to, dealt with, past or present, it's all about, they want to see guys compete. They want to, state track meet in Georgia. Over the years, you go there on that state meet, you'll see every conference in the country.
Right.
At the track meet.
Right.
And they're not going to the gym. I mean, I'm just, I know that.
You're right, Coach. No, you're right.
Now just understand, I got some of my best friends who train.
Right. Oh, no.
But, I think they still got to compete. You got to compete. It's checkers and chess. You still got to show that you want to win.
Without a doubt.
So, Coach, when you get talented players and you see that they're at that level, what is your mindset at the time? I mean, you just said about the Bears sound, you just can't coach. You just teach them a few things, let them do. But when you get a Jaron or Kamari and talent like you said you had over the years, what do you do to try to make sure that they leave your program better than when they enter?
You got to, I think like with anything, you find their strengths and their weaknesses. You know, and try to fix as many of the weaknesses that you can. And then again, whatever offense or defense that you run, you want to put them in the best position to be successful. And you know, with me, I want to put them in the best position to be successful, and you know, obviously stay on top of their grades to put them in a position so they can shine, so the colleges can see them, you know, in their best position, and not what's best for me, but what's best for them in the future.
You just hit on something. I'm sure make sure about to jump on them grades.
Oh.
Now, before I get to the grade, I got something else.
Okay.
Yeah.
We still got to talk about it. Hey, we got more with Coach, man. Hey, great conversation. So stay with us. It's Crush.
You know you're listening to the dopest show on the airwaves, right?
You're my boy!
It's the Crush.
SSNATL.com.
Thank you, sir. Our freedom and security are made possible through the service and sacrifice of our military and first responders. The Gary Sinise Foundation provides many outreach programs supporting these brave men and women. Join us. Donate at GarySiniseFoundation.org.
JBT 700 Miami Circle 30324. It's not a chain, it's a chain reaction. Invest $49 a month at a real gym. For more info, go to Facebook.com/Jeans Body Tech.
Hi, I'm Danica Patrick. Watching my nieces grow, play, and learn is amazing, but not every child gets to be carefree. 1 in 6 kids in the U.S. are hungry. This breaks my heart, and it's something that Feeding America is working to change. Each year, the Feeding America network of food banks rescues billions of pounds of good food that would have gone to waste and gives it to families in need. To help, visit feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Big business. This is the American
Station Network.
See ya. And we're back, man. We still here with Coach Wofford. Hey, Mario Allen said, what's going on up on 985 up there, man?
Mario's my guy. Way back. Used to work Georgia's camp forever.
Oh, the good old day working those college camps.
Easy money. What you got, make sure, man?
I almost had a flashback.
Yeah, I know, but I can see your eyes, boy.
Woo. Coach, how early do you talk to your parents about the recruiting process?
Well, I mean, you know, being that when that guy, we got to talk about his ninth grade. Everything's sped up, you know, and you got to, you know, talk to him about, you know, GPA, and that freshman year is that trap year.
Right.
It really is. I mean, trap year. Because, you know, you're coming from middle school, and, you know, you're not used to high school classes, you're not used to the size of the school, you're not used to seeing, you know, older girls walk around.
Right.
All that stuff is a distraction. And, you know, that's when, if you look at GPAs and transcripts, that ninth grade year is the one that has all the lower grades. So, you know, you come out the gate talking about it.
What is your philosophy of coaching? What is your coaching philosophy?
As far as offense, defense, or total?
Just total.
You know, actually, I got a couple of pieces. I have a philosophy for my coaches, I have a philosophy for the team, but, you know, just, again, to work hard, you know, family, faith, family, ball, you know, and in that order, that to make sure that they're, again, like you said earlier, just I want to make sure that when they leave the program, they're a much better man. You know, I always talk to them about a 20-year plan. That, you know, and I feel like any good coach, you know, 10, you know, it's not just about, you know, me and my record and all that kind of stuff, you know, because that's the least of it. It's about this kid changing his life 20 years from now when he's got a wife and kids and everything else. You know, I still got a bunch of them still call me Pops when I first started coaching. And you know, and it's all cool. I mean, like I said, they're all my guys. Right. And you know, I still talk to the grown ones with the kids.
Right.
You know,
right.
You know, the guys.
It's funny when you see them.
The guys that's in the league. You know, we talk. You know, I talk to T.J. Johnson like, you know, every other week. You know, and you know, this dude's, you know, a professional quote unquote football.
Right.
And he still talks to his coach. Talk to Jaron today. I talk, you know, all the, you know, Donis Thomas today. He's down at Florida State. I mean, I talk to all these guys regularly because, you know, it's more than just, you know, to me, coaching and them being a football player. You know, develop as a man to, you know, to be somebody.
Hey, real quick, man, sir. When you see your kids on TV and they say Central Gwinnett High School, they gotta make it. They gotta be a little.
Yeah, that's always good. You know, when you see that and you hear that, and just that's really cool, you know. And what's just as cool to me is when they, you know, in the off season, whether it's a pro guy or whether it's a college guy, they still come back and work out. They get their workouts and they can sit and get those young guys and they talk.
It helps the program.
Oh, absolutely. Like I said, they give them the real deal because they can hear me yell at them and tell them how tough it is because, you know, they go through stuff that I can't even legally do. Right. You know, I mean, the way they get talked to and pushed and, you know, and to the limit that we can't do that as high school coach. We get fired for that stuff, man. And they'll come back and tell me that everything y'all need to listen because it's real. And it's a job. You know, those college coaches, they get paid a lot of money and to win. Yeah. And if you're not producing for them, they kind of forget about you.
Coach, one of the toughest things for me was always telling those kids that this may be it for you. Yeah. You're not. Everybody's not going to play at the next level.
Right.
How hard is it to have that conversation?
Well, you don't. You know, you be real about them because you always want them to push.
Right.
And you always want that carrot in front of them that you never know because if I put that in your head, you know, that hey, you might not be that guy, then they might in the back of their mind when it gets tough, they might say, well, I must be that guy. You know, it's not for me, but if they're always working, whether they are or not, they give themselves a chance. Because I do know, you know, a kid that played for me, you know, a while back that was really, he ended up being a really big time guy. And a coach had told him before that, you know, he's never going to be a Division I player. That he was, you know, he told him when he was, I think he might have been a freshman, which is really a freshman, sophomore, that he was going to be a JUCO player. And his pops told him, said that crushed him. The guy ended up with 2 national championships.
Yeah. The joke's on you, Jack.
Power 5 school, too. I'm like,
probably walking around like this, my hand.
Kiss the ring.
You know, so I mean, you know, you can't. To me, I would never, squish somebody's dream before, you know, because you know, even at the end, if they don't, they know how hard they work to get to that point that they got to, and you know, I think in that point they know it's worthwhile.
Well, I think it's another quick break, Coach. When we come back, I want to just talk to you about 2018 expectations, what you're looking forward for the team. And also, man, in the rundown, I want you to hold you a little bit longer. I want to talk to both of y'all. I just got a topic that came to me. I want to talk to you about today's athletes and how to coach them these days. So, it should be a good one. So stay with us. It's the Crunch.
JBT 700 Miami Circle 30324. It's not a chain, it's a chain reaction. Invest $49 a month at a real gym. For more info, go to facebook.com/Jeans Body Tech.
I'm more resourceful than I thought.
My suit can still make an impression.
My video games are still game changers.
And my lamp can bring others a bright future.
Because when I donate my stuff to Goodwill,
it helps fund job placement and training for people right in my community.
Now my stuff gets a second chance.
And will give someone in my community
a second chance too.
Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs. Find your nearest donation center at goodwill.org. That's goodwill.org. This message brought to you by Goodwill and the Ad Council.
Coming to Tampa Bay, I said we want to win a Super Bowl, and I believe we will.
From IamSecond.com.
We came close, but never really did win that championship.
Former NFL head coach Tony Dungy.
At the end of my 6th year, I was fired, and it was one of the biggest disappointments of my life. Next year, I'm in Indianapolis, get to the playoffs, but get knocked out again. And for the next couple of years, it's the same thing. Everyone is saying Colts are never going to win one. And I did wonder, why didn't it pan out the way I thought it would? But I determined that I had to have Christ first, and that everything else came below that, including my own desires. The next year, that ended up being our year to go to the Super Bowl and win it. And it was a wonderful feeling. Every decision I make, I'm going to make it through the lens of Jesus Christ, and He guides us to that ultimate victory. I'm Tony Dungy, and I am second.
Whoa, long time no see. It's me, the Rock t-shirt in the back of your closet. Dude, remember? You crowd surfed in me, man. But you haven't worn me in like forever. I get it, you're retired, but I still got some rock left in me. So take me to Goodwill, where I can really make a difference.
Your donations to Goodwill create jobs, training programs, and education assistance for people in your community. To find your nearest donation center, go to goodwill.org. Donate stuff. Create jobs. A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
This is big business. This is the American
Sensation Network.
See ya.
Hey, man, we here, man. In our crushing interview with Coach Wofford, man. Coach Todd, City Renette High School. Hey, Coach, before we leave, I wanted to ask you, what are your expectations for 2018, Coach?
You know, it's the same as every year, except, you know, to try to compete. First off, win the first game, you know, win the region, try to make a run as deep as we can in the state playoffs. You know, I think, you know, we lost, you know, I think you brought up earlier a couple of Division I players. Actually, I think altogether we lost 4 Division I players, but, you know, we've got some underclassmen that, you know, just chomping at the bit. It's their time. You know, they have that mentality. And you know, and with the guys that have been in front of them, you know, they got a standard they got to live up to.
You say, Mason, hey, what time?
Hey, man, it's your time, man. He can't be here forever.
He gone.
Yeah.
One thing about high school, they leave after.
Yeah. They leave.
Yeah.
How satisfying is it to see every year these kids sign these LOIs? Because when you've had them from the 9th grade and now they're walking out the door.
That's, to me, that's as big as anything that I do, and that's what I do it for. Because, you know, like I'm saying, it's a 20-year plan that I try to set out and have those guys thinking mentality and their families that, you know, I want them to, you know, do what they're supposed to do in high school, make sure the grades are right, get themselves in a position, you know, to earn a scholarship, sign that scholarship, you know, which, you know, at that point I feel like I've done my job.
Right.
And at that point, you know, the parents feel like they've done their job, they got them out the house. And, you know, and it's on them at that point to make the best out of, you know, the college experience. And, you know, I tell them all the time, you know, you're going to still mess up, you're going to do something, but you're going to learn. That's how you grow. And, but that's the best part about it. Every signing day, and now we got 2 of them, but every signing day is like, it's just, you know, it's my Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Just to watch, because when you see parents and the kids crying and get all choked up, because that's a major moment.
Yeah,
and you get to do that, you know, for a career. You know, every year you get to change these kids' lives, which is you know, it's awesome.
Which takes us to the next thing. We always preach a scholarship is a scholarship, no matter D1, D2. And I'm sure you're happy for all your kids, no matter where they go. How do you try to let these kids know, man? Don't let that free money. How make sure what you call it? Don't leave that money on the table.
Leave that money on the table, baby.
Because you know, you see kids. Oh, he went D1, but I don't care. You go, me and Mason with the Mars Brown.
Bottom line is that they go to school for free. But I mean, you know, it's kids business. Parents just as much as the kids now, because it's, you know, and I'm, you know, in a place like Gwinnett when there's so much competition, right? You know, with Twitter and everything else, you know, I see you would be one I'm supposed to get.
Blessed to receive.
Has no, oh man, woo, there's a lot of blessings out there. There's a lot of blessings out there. Thankful and blessed to receive.
Blessed to receive, baby.
Good gracious. But you know, it's so much competition, and you know, and I think the kids feel pressure. But I think the biggest issue that I see right now is kids want to get recruited, but they don't necessarily want to play.
Wow.
I mean,
Let me tweet him a moment. Let me tweet that.
They want to be recruited.
Oh my God!
Because it's hard playing with the recruiting part. I can tweet all that. You know, that's the easy part. But I mean, that's just what I see. You know, that's like a trend now.
Because you see them get there, you be like, oh, you didn't think it was gonna be hard when you got to college?
Yeah, I mean, you signed, committed, but you haven't been in the weight room since you know, before your last game. You know what? I mean, now it's time to blow up. Yeah, it's when you crank it up now.
How about that? Hey, man, Coach, we're gonna keep you stay for the rundown a little bit.
Oh, absolutely.
So, make sure we're gonna do the rundown a little different.
Okay.
We're gonna talk about it because I 2 coaches. Unfortunately, both of them offensive coaches. We're gonna keep it going.
Throw it deep.
We'll be right back.
But throw it short and run.
Adopt US Kids presents Multiple Choice Parenting.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes?
How could he do this to you? And for Sheila, she has split ends.
B, console her?
Oh, sweetie, this is going to happen a lot. 4, maybe 5 more times before you get married.
C, take charge.
Got to get this all straightened out. Give a little talking to, man to man, mano a mano. Hey, Steve. Is now a good time? No? Okay, no problem. Bye.
Or D, help her find a new boyfriend?
I know a great place to meet boys. The internet. Nice, single boys. Never mind. How about some ice cream?
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
People are always looking to invest in a good opportunity. So what if you could invest in the future of kids, like a stock? Not the kind of stock that's about making money, but a stock for social change, called Better Futures. With your investment, it helps students like me go to college. My name is Charles, and I'm your dividend.
Invest in better futures with UNCF. Visit uncf.org/invest. A mind is a terrible thing to waste, but a wonderful thing to invest in. Brought to you by UNCF and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Danica Patrick. Watching my nieces grow, play, and learn is amazing, but not every child gets to be carefree. 1 in 6 kids in the U.S. are hungry. This breaks my heart, and it's something that Feeding America is working to change. Each year, the Feeding America network of food banks rescues billions of pounds of good food that would have gone to waste and gives it to families in need. To help, visit feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Sensation Station Network. Never achieved before.
Hey man, we're going to this Crush Rundown brought to you by Phoenix Senior Living. When it comes to your loved one, everything matters and it matters to us. Go to phoenixxrliving.com to find out more on how Phoenix Senior Living can provide personalized and compassionate services for seniors. Hey guys, I got you both here, and I want to talk to you. Macy, I know it ain't been that long since you got to coach, but you be around the game enough. And coach, I had conversation coming up, and it was about coaching today's players, trying to also coach them safely. Hitting and tackling and all that thing going on. So, Coach, in today's time, what are some of the things that you try to put in place to make sure that you teach it safe? Because, you know, with so much national attention now with the hitting and concussions and things of that going on, how do you try to coach to make sure they are safe and can play?
Well, I mean, you know, the state has come up with some bylaws and some rules that you have to go by as far as you can't have back-to-back days of contact. You know, just lessening full contact.
Wait, you can't have back-to-back no more?
Not full out. Because it's kind of going to like what the college doing. You know, taking away 2 days and all that kind of stuff. But you just got to be smart, you know, and smart and efficient. Because, you know, the days of bullying ring over with. You know, you sit there and do bullying ring for 45 minutes to try to see who's tough. I mean, can't nobody
go again.
Get up. Go again. And you have him go against the entire team, and then you know he ain't gonna win. You know, but
that fifth guy you hurt.
Yeah, but you know, if he fall out, you say he ain't tough. He got his bell rung. But, you know, these days that'll get you a lawsuit. You know, and you got to be smart about that.
Make sure you hear from coaches and you talk around some of the things that you've seen and you heard about trying to keep them safe today. We know we got a guy who tried to teach tackling, and I got Spencer. So some of the things you're hearing from coaches and things of that nature.
Well, one of the biggest things that a lot of the coaches talk about, even though they don't have two-a-days anymore, is more skull sessions now. And now is the time we can actually teach the game.
Right.
A lot of the guys, because we can't go on the field twice, but I can bring you in at 9 in the morning, and we can lift weights, and we can get stronger, and we can get in this film room and learn the game before we go onto the field. So, I mean, I like the cerebral part of the game because, like Coach just said, listen, at some point, we're going one-on-one tackle drill. You know, I mean, come on.
45 minutes over.
Right. Listen, I had a coach who believed in it. He wanted to contact. We used to hit on Thursday a lot of times. He ain't believing like walk through. Nah, we're doing 2 minutes. So, nah.
You and Mark Brown, you'd hate that thing called thud drill.
Man, it's live. Just call it what it is. It's live. Ain't nobody thud nobody. They running full speed.
But we all get that though, and I'm glad you brought up the mental part of the game, Maceo. With so much going on in today's time, Coach, make sure we always bring it up with the whole social media aspect and all that. How do you get to these young kids and teach them about respecting the game, getting your grades,
blessed to receive?
Yeah, and also, yeah, you can have a social media life, but Lord, calm down a little bit.
It's a couple things that first off, you use what the college coaches tell you, and tell them is that, anything they say on social media is the truth.
Right.
As far as they know, they can be quoting a rap song or any kind of song to say the wrong thing, and that coach don't know that song. Might not even listen to that kind of music.
You don't listen to that kind of music.
And then you say, well, I didn't say it, but it's too late. It's already sent out. And,
right.
But I mean, as far as getting through to them, if I sit here or anybody sit here and gave you the exact answer, they're lying, because every kid, has a little different story, and I think the biggest thing you have to do is figure out their story, figure out what the background is, build a relationship with them, because you don't know what the house is, and you got to figure out what's going on in the house. If it's, two parents, one parent,
right.
grandma, aunt, somebody,
right.
and figure them out, get to know them, and let them know that you're not just trying to be a coach and use them and that kind of type of thing, because they can shut you out, and you never can get through to them. And if you're trying to coach them up and make them be the best they can, they got to trust you, and you got to build a relationship that they trust you, like that you're not just using them up and be one of those guys that when the season's over with, you pass them the hallway.
Don't even throw the deuces.
Don't give them anything.
Go ahead, man. No. Hey, so talking to Jared, you say he's already down there. Is there anything he said that kind of like he's like, oh yeah, college football different from high school?
Oh, it's real. They they started their mat
drills, yeah.
I think 2 weeks ago. And he said it's beyond everything I told him. Man. But what I told him to do is go down and lay it on the line, and it's to the point where you can't go anymore.
Right.
I said, show him. I mean, be in that position. So you got to show that you're a leader. And he told me he already, he threw up with the, he going, competing against the starter. The guy's returning the starter, and he wants to show that, one eye, he's not a punk. And,
right.
He's there.
Right.
He ain't just, a prima donna quarterback. And,
right.
He said it's tough. And I asked him, you getting used to it? Like, yeah, kinda. Because you can't. He said, they switch things up on him so much that. As soon as you think you got it, that they throw something up. It's all, and for the most part, it's mental. It's a mental test.
And it's funny because I think what freshmen don't never understand is the older guys have a natural advantage on you because they know everything. They've been through it, so they know you coming. They know your resume, but they also know, look, he a freshman here. I got one up on him for now.
And they've been through that. I mean, I went through it in college.
We all did.
Everybody went through that in college. You go through, your high school workout, and your high school getting ready. Even they send you the book to get ready, you're like, I can do this. And then you go that first day, and there's nothing like that book. That book is
man, that ain't in that book.
Which take me to today's time. Back in the day, you never seen kids. They like to finish their senior year. You're talking about Darren now. What are your thoughts? I mean, he's going early, but your thoughts on the day when kids go early? Do you think every position should try to do it, or should it be only, like May still say, the quarterback?
I always think quarterbacks.
Well, I mean, with quarterbacks, I agree.
They got to go
because it's whether you go into a situation where they expect you to come in and play, or or a red shirt. The sooner you get in and start learning to play, the better, because you run the show.
Right.
And with other positions, it depends on the depth and what you're signing up for. Again, if you're trying to play early, that type of thing. But just from a physical standpoint and social standpoint, like we said earlier, that's a job. So to me, outside of quarterbacks, and even just in general, I think sometimes you still ought to enjoy your high school, on out, because after December when you go to school, it's a job you're working now, and it's no more proms and no more Sadie Hawkins and all that stuff.
When you step on that campus,
it's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap, and you have to grow up.
Yeah.
You can't be that same immature kid that you might have been when you were trying to skip school, sneak in the cafeteria or something like that.
Yeah.
You got to, because it's consequences now.
Well, actually, both of us. I grew up in a small town in the county where we all fed through the school. You coaching the APS, Maceo, and you coaching the Gwinnett. Where now, like you kind of said, talent is kind of evaluated and can be pulled to different schools. How did y'all and the Max Maceo as well, how did you adjust to try to get kids to say, we're the right school to come to?
Well, when I first took the job at Central, one thing that the athletic director and the principal told me is that we can keep the talent here. We'll be able to compete with anybody. And so all I've tried to do is develop, as good a program as any other guys. Now, a lot of these other schools, some of the bigger schools in Gwinnett County will have, or most of the schools in Gwinnett County will have 150 to 180 kids out there. We're out there with 67 kids. So, you know, one thing we can guarantee is you're gonna play.
Yeah.
We're gonna
we
work
got that part down.
We're gonna work you hard, but you're gonna be on the field. You know, if you can play, if you're gonna play, we're gonna get it out of you. And you know, which is good these days because again, you know, these days kids got to have film.
Right.
They want to get on the field, you know, and
Right.
if you can ball as a young kid, you can get you on the field, get you a lot of film. But you know, just sell the program as, you know, that anything that anybody else has, we have. You know, so I try to upgrade the facilities, try to upgrade the equipment, try to upgrade the uniforms, and you know, just to try to keep kids there.
Wow.
You have to.
That's what I'm saying.
If you don't,
Doggy,
they go.
doggy.
Which is crazy these days.
Hey man, we about to take us a quick break. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
JBT 700 Miami Circle 30324. It's not a chain, it's a chain reaction.
Invest $49 a month at a real gym.
For more info, go to facebook.com/Jeans Body Tech.
Coming to Tampa Bay, I said we want to win a Super Bowl, and I believe we will.
From IamSecond.com.
We came close, but never really did win that championship.
Former NFL head coach Tony Dungy.
At the end of my 6th year, I was fired, and it was one of the biggest disappointments of my life. Next year, I'm in Indianapolis, get to the playoffs, but get knocked out again. And for the next couple of years, it's the same thing. Everyone is saying Colts are never going to win one. And I did wonder, why didn't it pan out the way I thought it would? But I determined that I had to have Christ first, and that everything else came below that, including my own desires. The next year, that ended up being our year to go to the Super Bowl and win it, and it was a wonderful feeling. Every decision I make, I'm going to make it through the lens of Jesus Christ, and He guide us to that ultimate victory. I'm Tony Dungy, and I am second.
Major key alert. Don't ever play yourself. The key is to make it, so make it.
Learn the real major keys to getting to college at GetSchooled.com. Brought to you by GetSchooled and the Ad Council.
You don't usually get a stock tip from a 16-year-old, but I'm here to tell you about a different kind of stock. It's called Better Futures, a stock for social change that's not about making money. Instead, you invest to help students like me go to college. This is beyond a simple donation. It's the opportunity for America to invest in its kids and take an active stake in the future of the country. The return on your investment isn't money. What you get back is knowing you protected our potential. So one day, that potential can grow up to become surgeons and architects, executives and engineers. People who can change the future just by being a part of it. My name is Alicia, and I'm your dividend.
Invest in better futures with UNCF. Visit uncf.org/invest. A mind is a terrible thing to waste, but a wonderful thing to invest in. A public service announcement brought to you by UNCF and the Ad Council.
Station. I'm in the zone, man. Network.
Impressive.
Almost dominant home court. You can't touch me, you're not man enough. And that's all she wrote.
Hey, we're back, man. We're going to the second hour of the show, being brought to you by Cricket Wireless. Go to cricketwireless.com to find out more about that great special. Cricket Wireless, something to smile about. We're in this Crush Rundown, being brought to you by Phoenix Senior Living. We are broadcasting on Sensation Station Network and also on WBLZSports.com. And we're here with Coach Wofford of Central Gwinnett High School. And Coach, we thank you for coming on, man. It's been a blast, sir.
Absolutely.
I like that. Can I somehow get a hat or something?
I think we're switching.
We're switching over?
We're switching. No, not the logo. We're switching apparel line.
Oh.
Can't say who.
Yeah, okay.
Swag. We got to finish that. Finish off the deal, and we're switching up.
But I just wanted to talk to you about that. When you was coaching back then, you was dealing with the APS system and kids going on, people all over the place. Was that more headache or fun for you to try to get kids to come to your school?
Well, as Marlon Swan just checked in, Damian Swan is the only kid that I didn't get that I wanted. I just think winning.
That story gonna be always good.
Yeah, that's epic. So I was glad I was able to exercise my demons and tell him to his face when he was in studio. But it's winning. I think your culture takes care of that, and I think once parents understand that the coaching staff for the kids and gonna do everything that they can to make sure those kids succeed at the next level. I just think that takes care of itself. And, you know, even though all this transferring and moving around, I think at the end of the day, parents really realize you really need stability. Not like what you said, Coach. Listen, why go somewhere where it's 200 kids when you can stay right here and you have to worry about no jersey, you ain't worry about no pants, or you got to wear a 3X on game day.
Jersey don't match the rest of them.
Right. You know, but you have an opportunity to play. I like when you said that. That's the place you want. Man, look at his pants. You know he ain't playing. How he got that number?
It's 55. Don't look like same as the varsity 55.
Like he got the 8th grade jersey on.
But hey, Coach, when you get a talent, because you have shown that you can also put talent on the next level in coaching too. I always think that kids think if I go to certain schools, I got a better chance of going to certain schools. If you can play,
they can find talent.
They can find you. So kids need to
now,
learn that more.
I will add something to that though, because you know that is somewhat of an old school mentality too. Because it's, you know, they'll find you, but again, it's still my job to put my kids in front of these college coaches.
Right.
You know,
right.
And that's one thing that you know you do have old school coaches. You know, if you're good, son, they're gonna come find you. All right, but what if they just passed 3 other schools that they put folks in front of them? They need one.
Right.
They never got to you. Right. You know, so you know it's my job to make sure I reach out to as many college coaches for these kids as I can, and maybe put one of my kids in front of some kid that they waiting on that they gonna come see them.
Right.
But I'm gonna make sure they see mine.
Coach, do you going through the recruiting process with a lot of kids, do you have them look at depth charts and get them to understand the true number game of kind of like, listen, why go there when you're going to be 8th or 9th on the depth chart? You're going to be there a while.
Yeah, what I try to do is, you know, honestly, I mean, you know, because again, you got different level of guys. You got, the blue chip Power 5. You know, easy for them.
Right,
it's
right.
It's not a lot of work.
Yeah,
you know,
they do it themselves.
But when you go down, you know, to 1AA's and the D3s and stuff like that, you know, what I'll tell them is, go online, look at their roster, right? All right, because you swear you're supposed to be Power 5.
Yes.
But find a kid your size on this D3 roster.
Man, Coach be listening to Recruit 101, boy.
And I mean, it's just one of those things where you want to, everybody has a lane.
Everybody.
And like we said, your goal is to go to school for free. Yeah. So find your lane and excel in your lane, and or you can say you want to walk on or do something, outside of your lane and never touch the field. But again, the bottom line is going for free. So if you want to go for free, go for free.
Kamara talk, you like Kamara. You don't want no Sally Mae. Kamara football, like Kamara, Missouri.
It's one of those things. Again, all I do, once they get to the point where they got multiple offers right now, at that point, I'm just an advice guy.
Right.
Ask me a question if you have one.
Right.
If it's a situation where the kid or the parents, the family's never been in a situation with recruit, because it's crazy. And ask me all the questions that you have. But in the end, it's the kid and the parents, and then if you break it all the way down, it's the kid that's going to be there for 4 or 5 years.
Well, Coach, man, we thank you so much for coming on.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
People, dopeness. This is a great coach. I've seen 18 posts coming up. Great coach, from referees to basketball coaches. One of the best.
Referee ain't never like me.
Coach Wofford, we thank you for coming on.
Absolutely.
Let's get this photo, sir. When we come back, we're going to do That's What We Talk About. So stay with us.
Leaders aren't born, they're made. And not just anywhere. They're made in special places by special qualified trainers in places like the Academy of Creative.